Hey guys, it's Stacey. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about doubt and overcoming doubt of the Bible and doubt of God's existence as a Christian, because these are two fundamental parts of our faith, and if we're doubting them, then we can't really expect to grow in our faith if we're doubting that God even exists. We're going to be talking about that and how to overcome them, and yes, let's just get straight into the video. So when I was a new Christian, I used to have just thoughts coming into my head every time I was reading the Bible, thinking, how do I know this is even real? It was just written by people. How am I meant to know that what I'm reading is really true? And these thoughts used to torment me every single time I was reading my Bible, and it was so hard, especially being a new Christian and not really knowing much about the Bible, not really knowing much about God. And I remember I just did not want to talk about it because I thought, I'm a Christian now, so why should I be doubting that God exists and that the Bible is even reliable? And I just didn't want to talk to anyone about it because I felt ashamed of myself for even thinking these things. But that is what makes it even worse, when you don't talk to someone about it. Yeah, so I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things that have helped me a lot overcome doubt in my relationship with God. So first of all, what is doubt? So doubt is to be uncertain about something, to believe that something may not be true or is unlikely, to have no confidence in someone or something. And then let's compare it to the definition of faith. So faith is the confidence in what we hope for and assurance that the Lord is working even though we cannot see it. Faith knows that no matter what the situation in our lives or someone else's, that the Lord is working in it. These two are such powerful definitions, comparing doubt and faith. So if you doubt God's existence, then you have no confidence whatsoever in him. But if you have faith, and you have faith that God is there even when you can't see him, then that means that you know that no matter what may come, no matter the situation, that God is still going to be in control and that he is still working in it. So first of all, what actually does cause doubt? And it's different for every single person. So for me in particular, it was a lot of about school, because in school you do learn about the theory of evolution, and you don't learn about creation what it says in the Bible. You learn about all of these different theories, the Big Bang theory, and learning about it and having your teachers tell you that this is what happened can impact your faith a lot. In RS, we had to put different statements into truths and beliefs, and one of them was God is real. And at first I put a belief, and I was no, I can't do that, this is going against my faith, so I just put that as truth. And she hasn't said anything yet. Let's just hope I don't get told off. And it's this movie I watched a while ago called A Matter of Faith. It was about this girl who, in her biology lessons, she learned about the theory of evolution, and then she slowly walked away from her faith and didn't believe in God's existence anymore. And I think it's really important to talk about these things, because these are things that can end up bringing us down in our faith and drawing us further away from God. And another thing that can impact our faith is being around people who always express how God isn't real. And we all know that one person that every time we talk to them, they bring up the talk about God and how God isn't real and how all of that kind of stuff. And these people can make you feel really negative and make you even question your faith. And it's best to just stay away from them as much as you can, or not bring the topic of God up to them. And another reason why you may be doubting is maybe because you may not be able to feel God's presence. I think this is another one that I feel I even went through as well. When I go through periods of time when I can't feel God, then sometimes I have thoughts coming in does God really exist if you can't even feel him? But the best thing to do is just block them out. Even Paul doubted that Jesus even existed. That's why he was persecuting all these Christians, because he didn't believe Jesus existed. Another reason why could be because of unanswered prayers. So if you've been praying for something for a really long time and God doesn't seem to answer, then it can make you doubt God and ask yourself if God is good, then why isn't he allowing this to happen? But one thing that I always know is that God's answer is either a yes, a no, or a later, because he is in control and he's not going to allow something that you prayed for to happen just because you prayed for it and if you know it's going to bring you down. So now moving on to how to overcome doubt. So the first thing is to talk to God about your doubts. Tell him how you're feeling, because this is one thing that I didn't do and I really regret, because I think it would have helped me so much if I just been honest with God and spoke to him like a friend and just told him this is what I'm feeling and I don't want to feel this way. Another thing you can do is spend less time with people who bring your faith down. So if there's a particular person that's always bringing you down in your faith and is not bringing you up in God, then try and spend as less time as possible with them. Or if that isn't possible, like if it's a family member or someone that you live with, then it's probably best not to bring the topic of God up or religion up, because you know what they're going to say anyway. Another thing that is really important is to talk to a Christian about the doubts that you have. And this is so important. Like, just even if you feel like ashamed of yourself, don't be embarrassed, because I'm sure that person is probably going through the same thing as well. Just sit down with a trusted Christian. It could literally just be your family member, and tell them about these feelings that you're having, because the devil wants you to keep it all in your head and not tell anyone. A problem shared is a problem half solved. So that is really important, just to talk to a trusted Christian friend about the doubts that you have, and that would really help you a lot. Like, not question your faith anymore, and they could bring you up, rather than spending time with people who do not believe in God and who will just bring your faith down in the end. Another thing is to not argue with people who don't believe in God. And especially in school, you can have these people who are questioning Christianity, and what I've learned to do is just stay silent, because I do not need to fight this battle, and all I need to do is just keep silent and let God do his work, because when I end up arguing, I might end up losing my faith in the process, like so many people have done. And 2 Corinthians 4 verse 4 says, "The God of this age has blinded the minds of unbelievers so that they cannot see the light of the gospel that displays the glory of Christ, who is the image of God." If someone doesn't believe in God, just pray for them and don't argue with them, because that's not going to make the situation any better. And the last thing that has helped me is to remember what God has done for you or other people in the past. And this is such a major thing that's helped me so much in this aspect of my faith. Like, every time I have thoughts come in, like, does God really exist? Then I always think of what God has done for me in the past, or what he has done for other people in the past, and that always brings my faith up, because I know that God definitely is there with me if he managed to do that for me. And that has really helped me a lot, just dwelling on the things that God has done for me, going back in my old journals and reading the things that God has brought me through. It just makes me so thankful. So yeah, that is the end of the video. I really hope that you enjoyed and this video was helpful for you. And if it is, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more faith-based content. But for now, God bless and goodbye.
I can see the blessings coming our way, yeah.